Welcome to Valerie's Real Talk podcast. My name is Valerie Smith, and I'm your host. Today is episode 35, and I'm going to speak to you on the topic of who are you? Who are you is the question. Many of us don't know who we are. We're just living day by day and never coming to conclusion of who we really are. We are working. We are trying to impress others. We're living in the ego space, which is in our head, thinking that's who we really are when we're not who that person is. Sometimes we have to sit down and reflect on who we really are. The world has been telling you over and over, this is who you are, this is what you're going to be, these are the numbers, these are your metrics, and it's just layer after layer after layer. It gets to a point where you really don't know who you are. Many people think that they are their job title, or many think that they have to go into a field to fulfill their family's dream because they told them to be the doctor, the lawyer, the scientist. However, deep inside, they want to be something more. And that is why it's important for you to know who you are. Are you living somebody else's dream? That is the question. But the real question is, who are you? And how do you get to that place of knowing who you really are? I'm going to give you the answer. And the answer is to sit down in silence, relax. Relax. Have your journal out and write down, who are you? Who are you? You're the only one who knows this. We all have a soul, and many of us call it, we hear our intuition. Yes, your intuition speaks, but we as humans ignore. We need to start listening. When you hear that small, still voice, that's your intuition. That's your soul speaking to you on who you are. However, you cannot be afraid of who you are because you know you're powerful. However, you've been dimming your light. If you have been following Valerie's Real Talk podcast for months, you know I speak on shining your light. That's the same thing of answering the question, who are you? You have to sit down in silence with yourself. You can't go around asking people, who do you think I am? They're going to look at you. They can tell you what your qualities are and what they think your superpowers are because they work with you or they see your work ethic. That's one thing. But when you really dig deep within your soul of who you really are, you're a powerful being. And you are going to be living your best life when you find out who you really are and you share it with the world. Like me, I know that I am a powerful being to lead people. I love leading people. I love speaking. I love to prepare people for the future. The future, what are the skills that you need to shine your light? We all have to be prepared for our future. It could be the future of your business. It could be the future of where you work, how you work. However, You want to take those strengths of who you are and magnify. That's what makes you great. That's when you start finding out who you are. And sometimes you knew who you were when you were a child. However, somewhere down the line, it got buried. And I'm pretty sure you heard that before. When dreams or aspirations that you had as a child, and people say, oh, it's all in your mind. Oh, that is imaginary. It's not real. That's negative talk. When adults see a child that's naturally gifted, nurture it. Don't let your child grow up being a stalemate, not knowing who they are. Because children at that young age are like sponges. Yes, they're going to like a lot of things. However, there is that one thing that you see in a child, you know it's their gift. That's who they are. You don't want to take that from a child. Even if you don't understand it, they understand it because they gravitate to it. So easy. Same thing with adults. There's something that's great on the inside that comes easy to you that no one can do. That they come to you, they call you and say, hey, can you do this for me? Because you have a natural ability. Like I have a natural ability to design. I've never been to design school. I just have that ability to design PowerPoints, to design postcards and flyers. Anything that deals with design, I love it. I love color. I love texture. I love lines. I love expression because I'm a creative being. But if I give it to someone else, they say, I can't do what you do. How do you know? You haven't tried. That's why we have to try our abilities that we have never done before, and it will probably come back to you to say, this is what I used to do. However, somewhere down the line, maybe you were chasing the corporate ladder, and maybe you just forgot who you really are. However, what you want to do is just pause. Just pause. You want to bring out that journal or that piece of paper. This is your homework. Write down the title, Who Are You? Who are you? I want you to list it. I don't care how many characters, whatever you feel of who you are, write it down. And when you're done, I want you to look at what you've written. I want you to keep it all. And I want you to look at it and I want you to create a statement. Who are you? Statement. It's going to explain who you are, what you love, what's creative about you. Something that you love to do that you haven't done in a long time. I want that to be in that statement. And I want you to write down who you are. And I want you to share it. Share it with the world of who you are. Don't hide behind the mask. It's time to come from around the mask and show the people who you are. I know it's scary. I know you're smiling hard. Oh, Valerie, please don't let me do it. But you have to do it. You have to show people your gifts because they need it. They need it. And I leave you with that. I want to say thank you for joining me. if it's morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, remember who you are. And I look forward to seeing you next week for episode 36.